I think most of us watching this video can agree that humans love communicating with each other. Since the dawn of time, we've been trying to invent new ways to spread our thoughts and ideas. I mean, we used the spoken word, we started with basic noises that would evolve to form over 6.5 thousand different languages, all with their own different ways of conveying thoughts. We had the written word, something I believe more people should realize is that any literate human can basically write down something and it can be conserved forever thanks to this invention. Of course, there were methods to do this before, mostly through art and painting, but the written word can be heard by the blind and seen by the deaf. It's much more universal and requires less interpretation because language is also universal, and this in turn is due to the fact that exchanging notions is something all humans have in common. So once we had the spoken and written word, many set their goals to make these much more easily shared. Books have gone from having to be manually copied word by word to being printed by a machine. Movies have gone from being physical rolls of frames to being standardized file formats that can easily be copied and pasted to another computer. But what about actually sharing these mediums, letting other people experience your creation? Well, books had to be sold physically, and movies were often on VHS and DVD, before the internet, of course. Due to the topic of this short film, we'll only really be mentioning the video side of online sharing. The audio side has a pretty interesting history, actually, but this video is about YouTube after all. With the spreading of computers in the early 80s, it was inevitable that eventually these machines could be used to share films. The first video file format to be popularized to the point of standardization is arguably MPEG-4 or .mp4. You've probably seen this before. It has evolved over the years and has been used for DVDs, Blu-ray, and internet video. So here we go. There's this new video encoding format, the internet starting to rise in the early 90s, and we're all ready to learn about the creation of YouTube. It was early 2005 when videos were being recorded at a dinner party at the apartment of Steve Chen, one of YouTube's founders. The story goes that YouTube was conceived after Steve Chen and another YouTube founder, Chad Hurley, wanted to share these videos. However, this story is often cited as false. Javed Karim, another YouTube founder, says that the inspiration came from his need to have easy access to relevant events that had been filmed, like for example the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Interestingly, YouTube was supposed to be a dating website where dating videos would be uploaded. However, this proved not to be the best strategy, and the core concept of YouTube was born, sharing videos about any topic with the world. I mean, think about it. Think of a topic right now, and search it up on YouTube, and see if you don't get results. You've probably seen this video before. It was uploaded on April 23rd, 2005, and is the first video to ever appear on YouTube. By mid-2006, over 60,000 videos were being uploaded to the site each day, and this number would keep growing at an unimaginable rate. We could be here all day listing off statistics about YouTube, how many hours uploaded per second, how many videos per day, and all that, but I'm pretty sure most of my audience is aware of the scale of this website. And this brings me to Chapter 3. At least in theory, with all this growth, a service such as YouTube should be easy to enter. I mean, it's obvious. If you have a YouTube channel and there's more people using the website, chances are you're going to get more views and subscribers, the two revered numbers that many judge channels by. But obviously, this isn't the case. There's so many channels and individuals which make quality content but grow very slowly. And then there's some who exploit the YouTube algorithm on purpose and even just by coincidence. This coveted YouTube algorithm essentially decides what a YouTube user sees on their home page. Your subscriptions, your interactions with the videos you watch, and how long you watch them for, and other data is factored in when deciding what to recommend you. It's old news now, but YouTube prioritizes watch time over pretty much everything else. You have a better chance of growing as a channel if you upload videos that are longer. An example of when this can be bad is animation channels. Despite what you think, I am not an animator. I just mess around with the animation tools in my video editor. But there are creators that make animation content, and the only ones that reach stardom are often the ones that make the longest videos. You've probably seen one of these story time YouTube channels. I'm not one of them, despite what you think. Not that it should matter or anything, but something they all have in common is that most of their videos are over 5 minutes in length, and they manage to keep the audience engaged. If you're bored watching a video, then you can simply click on another one and be entertained. It's important to keep your audience engaged during the whole experience. So this is an example of good video making practice, using the algorithm to promote their content. But once you know the factors that affect the recommendation system, you could exploit them. The most glaring example of blatant exploitation of the algorithm are YouTube children channels. Just take a look at this. Look at this. This. Well guys, I'm off to start my new YouTube channel, Denshi Kids, where I'll upload 75 videos per day, 26 hours long, filled to the brim with mid-roll ads, and apparently I'll become a millionaire. Move over, Elon Musk. Move over, Jeff Bezos. There's a new millionaire in town, and it's Coco Melon. All joking aside, we need to recognize the genius behind these channels. I mean, it's great. You upload 5 videos per day, each one's 30 minutes long, which is over the 10-minute mark required to add mid-roll ads. You add a lot of mid-roll ads that your audience is forced to watch because, they're children. They don't know how to skip ads yet. They're too young for that. And this is not exclusive to kids' channels either. Remember those storytime YouTubers we were talking about before? Well, those have a lot of kid viewers. But at least those feel real. They feel like there's a person behind it. These kids' channels feel more like an entity. They feel faceless. Which brings me on to chapter 4. There's nothing wrong with a YouTube channel being a business. Yes, many of them are notorious in the YouTube community. Watch Mojo and T-Series come to mind, but there's nothing inherently bad about that. However, there is a point where I draw the line, and it's when an independent content creator gets overshadowed by one of these YouTube businesses. You've probably heard this ad nauseum at this point, but YouTube's slogan used to be broadcast yourself. Key emphasis on used to, since the slogan was removed in late 2013, and that concept of anyone being able to share ideas in video form has kind of faded today. YouTube's been around for quite a while now, and just through human nature, it's normal that we learn more about the ins and outs of the website. But we've gotten to a level where, with the right funding, someone can systematically rake in millions from this. So what am I getting at with all this? In the end, I think the biggest flaw of YouTube is truly unfixable, the human aspect. At this point, we don't have the ability to create a program that can interpret a video's quality and recommend it based on its understanding of the user's watching preferences. It's simply impossible. The fact there is an algorithm intrinsically makes it inevitable that it can be exploited, and this is something that makes me quite sad. Or maybe I'm just mad that Coco Melon is probably more valuable than the nation of Tuvalu.